What's up, guys? So today I'm going to show you how to pull an FA out. This is a 2016 WRX. This applies from 15 to 21. The issue is not rod knock, believe it or not. This thing's already been rebuilt. Another issue. If you want to see what happened to it, link in the description to another video. We're going to cover that elsewhere. Yeah, let's get started. Alright, let's see what that is.
How much horsepower do those stickers at?
At least 3 to 5 per sticker. Alright, we're going to start by taking our battery loose. Stuff that down there. Working on Subarus, there's really 3 sizes that are the most common. Your 10, 12, and 14. Oh, I forgot to mention here. This thing is modified, pretty heavily modified, full bolt on. So if you have a stock one, it's going to be a little different, but it'll be similar. Like, you know, the coupler here will be different. You'll get the basic idea. I believe in you. Got this. So on a stock WRX, your charge port is going to have a little like holder here. I think that's all that holds in there. There's still, I think there's going to be there are 2 bolts that go down here. So you won't be able to separate it right here like I'm doing. There's going to be 2, I think the 12s down there. Thank you. Oh. What? If you have an air oil separator, let me take this off. If not, this doesn't apply to you.
You can put it in neutral.
At least you'll have fresh fluid in there. The fluid was getting kind of old when you did 5K. Don't hit me.
I'll show you how to take these connectors loose in a second. All right, to get these, so these connectors, when they're locked in there, they're gonna be up like this. And so you're gonna push this tab and pull back. And you're gonna start with the bottom one and work your way up and get them all off. And then these, yes, these are to the PCM. We're just gonna set these over here. Those will come with us. All right, take the 2 bolts off to the side. I like to take these brackets loose because having this loose makes it a little easier to get the intercooler out. Like I said, this is aftermarket, so the stock one I think is a little bit smaller, so it'll be a little easier to get the stock one out. Loosen this clamp. It goes to your throttle body. And then we're gonna wiggle and slide it off. And don't damage anything after taking this out. Like that. This main connector, unplug this. If it'll come loose, there we go. If you have a CVT, you'll have to take out your torque converter bolts. And to get to those, there's a little opening right back here. It's kind of a little cover. Your flashlight. You're gonna rotate your crankshaft clockwise from the front until the bolts show up, and you'll pop these bolts out. I think there's 4 on the. I can't remember exactly how many on the CVTs, but take all those out. That way your torque converter stays in the transmission.
Or you could just sell your CVT and get a manual.
That would be the most manly thing to do. More coffee. No, drop my washer. Don't drop your washer like I did. Take this off.
Nice close up with a haircut.
How you like that? That's fresh too. I'm just gonna tuck those in places they don't belong. Look at that. That's beautiful. Alright, we're going to take the booster hose free. Set this guy over there. When you're taking your fuel system loose, you should depressurize it or whatever. I don't really believe in that. I like to just make a mess.
Am I gonna get sprayed?
No. I guess it's been a while since it's been running, so not much in there. So if you just had it running recently and you want to just take it off, just like put a rag over it or something, and don't spray yourself in the face because fuel in your eyeballs is not fun. Also, I've got a different fuel line because I've got an ethanol sensor over here. Your fuel line will be similar. Stock fuel line is going to have the clip here, and it's going to have another clip that holds it onto the bracket. And so you just have to, you can take a pair of pliers and squeeze that clip, and you got to take them off at the same time. Don't try to do just this side and you know, bind up. Yeah. Now we're gonna take this one off. I know you guys are probably freaking out. You're gonna break something, la la. I'm applying very light pressure when I do this. I'm gonna go ahead and just take this all the way off now because I just went on my way. All right, you're gonna have two heater hoses back over here. Remove both heater hoses. I'm just breaking them loose. And like I said, I just squeeze a little bit and then twist. Haven't had any problems with that. Matthew, you want to shine light in here? Probably getting ready to make a mess on the floor. Okay, it was empty. Yeah, normally you'd have coolant run out if you haven't drained it yet, but this car obviously has issues.
Wait, that's not normal? I always add coolant in my crankcase.
Come on. Okay, both of those lines are loose. My AC is, I don't have AC in it right now, or Freon. Race car, so we don't need AC, right? If you don't have access to an AC machine, you could try to unbolt the compressor and set it aside, just trying to damage the lines. You could use other methods. If you do other methods, you know, without certain things, I don't advise you do that, but
What does that
let's say that you did, just don't breathe it. Like I said, I'd already evacuated the AC a while ago, so there's no Freon in this thing. It would be good to stick some plugs in here or something to keep it from getting crap in there. I don't care because my compressor is crappy anyway. I'm probably gonna replace it, so I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay. Going to pop this cover open. 12 millimeter. Pull that off. I'm gonna stick the nut back on there so I don't lose it. Okay. Push down on this side and pull this side out. Squeeze the back side. Wiggle that out. Do two clips. One more clip here. Pop that out. Normally you would drain the cooling system before this next step, but my cooling system self-drained itself. So I don't need to worry about that. If you still have coolant in your system, wait until you drain it first and then take the stop hose off if you don't want to make a giant mess.
This will be interesting.
I mean, it'll probably still make a mess, but not as.
So is your radiator going to be full of sludge?
Oh yeah. We're gonna pop the cooling fans out. You're gonna have a connector for this fan on this side, near the bottom. Put your hand down in there, there's a tab, push the tab down, pull it out. They get stuck though on these things for whatever reason. There we go. It's a pain in the butt to do, but you're trying to squeeze the tab on it faces the engine right there.
Pain in the butt?
Yep. All right, you're gonna take out your overflow tank here. Take this line loose. Set this down. Over here, you're gonna push this tab in and pull this side out first. It's a little easier if you use a screwdriver. Stick it in there, push that back, pull that out, and slide it out like that. And it literally pulls right out. Now we have access to both the bolts. And then the connector for this fan, it's just like the other one. It's down here on the side. You just squeeze the little tab and pull out. Yeah, I don't know why these things are such a pain. Yes, I know. Pocket knife is not the correct tool to use. Alright, and the reason you're taking those fans out is just to give you room to pull the motor. The hose here goes to my air oil separator. This is not stock, you're gonna have a different setup. No, I did. Bye-bye. Okay. Remove this. Oh. If your car is stock, this hose is gonna go right down to the turbo, so you don't have to take that off to take the motor out. But if you have an air oil separator, you do. Alright, we're gonna move the bell housing bolts. These are different lengths. So one is gonna be longer. The longer one goes on the top. And that also holds this bracket in place. So you can just kind of set that to the side. So you're gonna have the bolt that holds the bracket, two more shorter bolts below that, and then you'll have to get this one from underneath, but there's a stud down there with a nut. We'll get that from underneath. And then on this side, the bell housing bolts actually hold the starter in. You're also gonna have this ground strap right here. So I'm just gonna take the bolt loose and leave the ground strap attached to the bracket. And then this top bolt is also gonna be longer than the rest of them. So you should have two longer ones and the rest of them are gonna be the slightly shorter. I just leave my starter in there. If you want to take your starter out, you can. It's up to you. Then you're gonna have there's a 12 right here, and then you're gonna have a little connector for your activation wire. But when I take these engines out, I just lay the starter down here. Get that one loose. All right, so what I do, I take these starters and I put them right there. That's out of the way enough for me. If you're gonna move the car around and need to turn the steering wheel, just like strap it up out of the way so it doesn't hit the steering I can't think what it's called right now. Steering shaft. After you take the starter out on this side, you're gonna have one more bolt on this side you can take out. And then all you have left underneath is just the two studs. I mean, you can take those bolts out from the bottom, but personally I think it's easier to just pull them out on the top. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the O2 sensor free, or the connector for that. And I think we're at the point now where we gotta go in the bottom and finish up under there. Alright, when you get under here, you gotta remove the splash plate and then the the guard here. You should have clips all the way around. Mine are missing most of them. So you have like, just look for all the plastic clips and take them loose. And it also wraps up on the sides. You're gonna have one here, here, and then on the top up here as well. If you don't have a set of these are really cheap. They're like $7 at Harbor Freight or Amazon or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, they're little push clip removers. Like I said, I don't have all of mine in place. I broke that one. Well, I have like a big giant pack of them. Oh, I didn't break it. Why are you being so stubborn? There we go. Oh, I forgot to mention on the plastic plate, there should be two 12mm bolts that hold it in up here. Yes, mine are missing. I know that's horrible. I should take care of that and find bolts for it, but I have other issues to worry about right now.
Yeah, honestly. You wish that was your biggest issue.
Yeah, I do. So these should be, I think they're 12s originally. I replaced the bolts, so they're now 13s for me.
Wow. Is that too much light?
Again, if your car is stock, this will be a little different. I've got a boost controller on here. This is a different J-pipe, different intake, all that stuff, but it'll be similar. Another thing, if you have not ever taken your cat off, your J-pipe off, for whatever reason, these studs or these nuts on these studs like to seize up and cause a lot of problems. I don't have this problem because I've had this thing off so many times. But I will warn you that these will be an absolute pain in the butt. So I'm sorry. Good luck. All right, we're gonna take the tape off. Slide that back. This is the Cobb Big SF intake. Don't buy one of these, they're junk. But how I take these off these elbows, you can leave all that stuff together. Just take both clamps loose like this. And then what I do is I twist the whole boot here. So oh crap.
Oh gosh. That's lovely.
That shouldn't happen.
If it does, you have big problems.
Exactly. This is gross.
So I'm gonna get that.
I don't know how you can help me. All right, anyway, back to what I was saying. You can just twist this whole thing and kind of slide it up on there, and it'll come free.
Nasty in there.
Like I said, you shouldn't be like this, but I'm gonna let that hang right there because we're pulling the motor up and then it'll be free. I know, you are jealous. Mine come right out. Yeah, this is not stock. I did this. I think there's a stud and nut that sticks out. Mine had a problem with it. I can't remember what happened now, but I ended up having to put a bolt through it. So your exhaust bracket should have a bolt back here. Mine's missing. And then the bracket is held on by the two top nuts that hold the J-pipe on. Top bar here is kind of covered by the heat shield, so I'm going to pop this heat shield off first, and then we'll take that bolt out. I'm going to go ahead and pull the lower radiator hose off next so I can have better access. Here. So if you want to drain your coolant first, it's this little Phillips screw. Take that out and you'll drain it right here. My coolant is mostly gone anyway, and even if you drain it all the way out, you're still going to get coolant coming out of here, so just be mindful of that. You're probably going to get splashed on, all that good stuff.
Which beats the heads being the thing that's bad, but
like your other O2 as well. Okay. This bracket is a pain. So like I said, this bracket is going to have a bolt up here as well. Take that one loose if mine's missing. All right, you're going to have two engine mount nuts, one on each side, right by the sway bar. To get these bottom studs, I use a 14 short swivel. It's not healthy to use this setup with an impact, but I still do it anyway. Take that one loose. If you've never taken your engine transmission out before, they like to almost they get seized together. And so to get them free from each other, you kind of have to beat on them. I'll show you where I hit them. The dowel pins are on the sides, like halfway up. You'll see them on the sides here. That's where they get stuck, and then also the studs will sometimes get stuck as well. And so you can take a pry bar and stick up in here and try to hammer it between the crack and try to help break it apart. And then after you get them separated and out, you'll just grind down the places that you've messed up. I've already had this engine out like 3 times, so this will not be a problem for me. On each side, you're gonna have a ground strap. Do not forget this. You don't want to break that off. You can take it off on either side. So you got a ground strap there, and you got one pretty much the same spot on this side. They're just 10mm bolts that hold them on there. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, that's gross. That's really gross. If you have an AOS, one of the lines goes through the brackets that you use to pull the motor out. So you'll have to push this line through the hole so you can utilize this lift point.
Up to 125. I don't know how, because that puts anything.
Coffee! Alright, so as you see, our engine transmission already separated, because I've already had this thing out so many times that it actually fell apart. Yours probably won't do that if you haven't taken yours out, so good luck to you, buddy. But if they get stuck, what I do is I tap in here with a small pry bar. I know some of y'all are freaking out like, it's aluminum, you're gonna break it. You're not gonna break it. It's fine. It'll survive. Sometimes I will heat the pins up, dowel pins up with a torch. You have to be really, really careful that you don't set the car on fire though. And be careful what you're pointing that torch at, because just use common sense. That's my best advice to you. Don't be an idiot. So cool, bro. Got those chains, dog.
Got those chains, dog.
All right, really good tip here for you. All right, I'm taking these motors out of here. Subaru was so nice to us that they put another spot here. Let me just show you what I'm talking about. Or a flat blade screwdriver. Pop this out. Grab a 12mm. Take this out and thread it right here. Okay. Come on the other side. Have someone hold the hood for you because you can't really do this. I mean, you can do it by yourself, but it's not really easy. Push it up. Okay. Same thing here. Push this out. It's gonna be hand tight because it's not gonna stay there for long. Then you can put that back in like that, and that will give you enough room for cherry picker to not hit your hood. I don't know what setup you have, but I'm just gonna thread a bolt through the back bracket. Good enough.
Buddy.
It'll be fine. Okay, that's not fine.
I'm regretting a lot of life decisions right now. Primarily, my life decision is to like eat cookies. My mom makes these cookies. Oh, they're so good. I ate like
No one cares.
way too many.
Just kidding.
Mommy's cookies.
Alright, we got a floor jack. You just need to come up high enough to get those studs for the engine mount out of the frame. And then you want to put pressure on the transmission so they're kind of even. Don't go up too high on your transmission though, because you don't want to mess up your axles on the front. I think we're cleared. Let's see. There we go, I got it. Just need a little encouragement. Alright, are you making contact with it?
I think so. No, I'm not.
Just barely put it on there.
Yeah. No.
Thank you.
Free.
I should put this chain in there. Different spot. It's all good.
I was thinking that.
Yeah, would you mind pumping it up for me?
Pumping. Hey, Jack, check that hose on that side.
Yes, okay. That's how you pull out an FA20. So if you want to see the teardown video, I'll link that in the description. If you need help putting the motor back in the car, I'll link that in the description. Be sure to subscribe if you want to see more sweet FA20 WRX content. Like if this was helpful. Throw some comments down there if you'd like. We'll see y'all next time. Really? I'm trying to film a video here. Can you quiet down a little bit out there?
Yeah, people are dying, but you know, videos are more important.
Bum 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 bum. What happened to this engine?
You might be wondering what happened here, and I am too. What I think happened was the fleece plug, it popped out, and then the coolant got in the motor oil.